One of the most important tricks that I get asked about all the time in Photoshop is how to cut people out. And seeing as we're based in Thailand, we often find these beautiful pictures of monks walking, but they're the only thing in colour and the background is black and white. Now it's a really, really nice effect, and if I zoom out you can see it a little bit better. And it literally took me about 10 seconds to do this. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I just want you to open up the monk walking picture, and if I delete what I just did, you'll see that it looks like this. This is the original picture. Now before we go any further, we must copy the original image. So just press Command and J or Control and J if you're on a PC. That's the same as right click, duplicate layer. You must never affect the original layer, otherwise you'll destroy the original image. The next thing we want to do now is we're going to cut him out, and one of the ways of doing that is using the lasso tool over here. If I use just a normal lasso tool, I can draw around him like this, but as you can see, not the most precise thing I've ever done in the world. Again, if I use the polygon lasso tool, Command and D just to deselect, and select around him like this, again, not wonderful. And I always struggle on the end there. So what you're going to do now is we're just going to press Command and D, and then together I'd like us to do the magnetic lasso tool. Now what that does is click, and then you just put your mouse over the side like this, and you'll see that it starts to make the points for you. So if you move down, there we go, going between his legs there, and then click if you need to give it a little bit of help. It takes some practice, don't expect to be able to do this first time. Alright, achoo! Oh no, we did a bit of a mistake. So if I just press delete, it will go back again. Oh, did it again. Delete, and it will go back. Oh, delete, there we go. So let's try again. So it kind of helps you. Just go around like this, and then when you get back to the middle you'll see a little circle appear. Click, and then there you go, and there it is. So you can see there's a couple of things that we need to change, but that's how we select him. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the background layer, this layer 1 here, like that. And that means that when I do the next thing, I'll be able to see through this. Only I want to be able to see what I've selected. To do that, I'm going to use this wonderful tool here, which is called the vector mask or layer mask. Click, and there we go. Now you can see it's not perfect, so we need to improve it. Making sure that I have the black and white item on here, I'm now going to zoom into these edges here and here, and I'm going to tidy them up. Now one thing to remember, a mantra to remember with Photoshop is white you see, black you don't. And on the left hand side here you can see white and black. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press B for my brush tool, you should be good at that now, and then I'm going to start to zoom in, holding down space like that. So there's a little bit here I need to nip off, alright? Okay, I'm just going to make my thing a bit smaller, there we go. Okay, so white you see, black you don't. So, see, I can see more. But if I press X, like that, oh, now I get to do cool things very, very quickly. I get to move to black and white, and oh no. So if I press X again, I can paint it back on. It's a nice little workflow. X, turn it on, turn it off. White you see, black you don't. So we're going to move over now, and we need to paint more on here. So we need the white. So we haven't got white, so we press X, and then just move over slowly like this. Try not to do it all at once. Alright. The reason for that is it's very, very hard to get it right first time, and you have to make more mistakes. So then when you press undo like that, then you take away too much of what you've done. Alright, so just press X, and then I'm just going to do this, and oh, not too easy. Again, another piece of advice is when you're doing this, go down. It's easier with the hand. Alright, so I'm just going to do that, and then just shave it off like that. You see how much easier that is? Alright, especially if you're using a mouse. If you're using a pen, it can be a lot easier, but if you're using a mouse, it tends to be easier when you move down than up. And I'm going to move down to his legs here, and I've got a little bit to clean there, a little bit to clean there, and I need to get rid of this, so X, there we go, and then just inside here, oh, it's a bit too small. I'm just using the shortcut keys there, which are the sort of angle brackets, just next to P. That's a quick way of making your brush bigger. Sorry if I'm not talking very well. I'm trying to do two things at once. Alright. Often when I'm teaching this, actually, people always hold their breath, which I think is hilarious. There we go. I think I'm doing it now. There we go. Very nice. Let's just tidy this up here. And then over here as well. There we go. Oh, looked like he's nibbled his leg there. Just paint that back on a little bit. There we go. Good. So I could spend a lot longer doing it, but that's fine for now. So what we want to do now is turn on the background layer and then make it black and white. So I'm going to turn it on, and then we're going to have window adjustments, and the black and white is actually very easy to see. It's just this one here. Alright, you can actually highlight it from down here as well. If you want to click, you can click on there, but this one's quite quick. You ready? Watch, be careful, click, ta-da! How cool is that? Yeah, so if I just hide that and zoom out, it's a beautiful, beautiful picture ready for the wall. So please try that yourself. I hope you enjoy doing it. It's one of the things that is mostly requested by everyone. And if you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments or get in touch with us.